Peace, this is Star with the Star Blooms. So, I wanted to basically share like a quick late night message. Spirit basically just poured something beautiful on me, and it's the rate of choosing liberation over punishment. A lot of times we go through experiences and we sit at a rate where we allow ourselves to be in the midst of believing that we've been punished due to circumstances that we've perceived. And based off of our perception, we sit in a space thinking, believing, feeling, choosing, operating even off of what may have not went right in a circumstance. A lot of times, if you actually allow yourself to be at the rate where you come out of a space of an opportunity and you allow yourself to be in the truth of the reality that things have went according to plan, you allow yourself to be at a rate and be full, and actually allowing yourself to start to recognize which version of you that you are actually moving with, operating with, flowing with at that time. You'll be able to gain what is meant for you to be in this experience. So once again, peace, this is Star. A lot of the times I share messages because I desire to basically give what I've learned and experienced. That's the sixth life path in me. I know that there is a clearer vision with clear sight, and a lot of the times that comes through experiences because those who don't learn from the past are deemed to repeat it. Me sharing is my desired rate to help those who are choosing for themselves to choose up in circumstances based off of shifting their perception, my apologies, in order to gain divine insight and clarity in what it is that they're actually moving through. Spirit basically waged me with the reality of being at the rate of liberation and not at the rate of punishment. Spirit didn't even allow me to sit at the rate of actually wanting to explain what punishment looked like for me because it was my current experiences. It was the things that I was actually choosing to say in engagement with the thing that I walked out of the door in. And what this looks like is you may have had something that you believe didn't go right. And because you think that it didn't go right, you may have basically chosen to walk out of a door because you've decided that this room had no more space for you to grow in. What you understand at this rate is that a lot of the times when you come out of these spaces, sometimes without a plan, sometimes without full layers of awareness of why you're moving to this next rate, you retrieve a waiting room. And a lot of the times in this waiting space, we receive whatever is meant to receive us. And we then actually have another door that opens, another opportunity that comes for us to be able to experience and see ourselves at a new rate. However, especially when dealing with retrograde energy, right? We sometimes try to go back into the waiting room after the new door has already opened. You try to engage with other spaces to try to make them understand. You try to understand I have clarity on why things may have went the way that they went instead of being at the space of what it is that's always been true. All right. A lot of times you're trying to gain clarity and understanding in punishment. You're trying to understand why something happened to you instead of actually seeing that everything is happening for you. This could be easy if you allow yourself to sit at the rate where you ask the question, what does liberation look like on you? A lot of times, liberation looks like I got everything that I was meant to have in this space. A lot of times, liberation looks like everything that was meant to be with me, I've already received it and I'm leaving with it. And anything that wasn't mine was released and it wasn't mine to keep. So I never really lost anything. I got light. And because now I understand that I'm at a space of enlightenment, I have the opportunity to basically gain and retrieve everything that was always meant for me. All right. A lot of times it's a lot easier said than done if you're sitting at a rate or you're comparing the rate that you're moving towards to the rate that you came away from. Spirit said it's okay for us to have what did they say? It's okay for us to have a civil, I don't know what that means, a civil glance, a simple glance. It's okay for us to look back upon and reflect on the things that we've came through But to understand that you fully came through it, you have to keep moving through it and actually move throughout it. You can't try to stop at the end of it and just stay there, keeping this space open, wanting to be liberated out of this space when you've had the key, when the door has been open. You can't go back into the waiting room once you've walked into the new threshold, because you'll recognize when you go back into the waiting room area, what you're experiencing is nobody's there to receive you. Nobody's there to actually engage with you. This space that you've already walked out of is going to remain as surface as it's been, because everything that you had that was meant for you, you've left with. And that's the reality of liberation. Liberation says everything that was meant for me, I now am operating in full ownership of that decision. I've created the boundaries. I've allowed myself the ability to grow, to enhance in this new rate. And I'm okay. I'm more than okay, because now I'm at an opportunity, I'm at a space, I'm in a position and having the privilege of being able to move forward, knowing that everything that's happening for me is exactly what's meant to happen for me, because I've allowed for it to do so. Be in spirit at the rate of truth and gain the higher perspective by not speaking the late perceptions of experience. So, what do I mean by late perceptions? Sometimes we give names to feelings and emotions because we want things to mean something to us, because they have to mean something to us. Because we've put so much time into it, we've put so much energy into it, put so much focus on it. We spent this many years here, we had this long of a relationship, we had this long of a friendship, I was on this job this long. We want things to mean something, when in truth, you've gained everything that you required. And in order for you to truly, truly, truly be liberated from that space, you cannot sit and believe that you've lost. You can't sit and believe that you're stuck anywhere waiting for anything different to happen. You've chosen. And as long as you keep choosing, and as long as you keep on pouring into the space that is also choosing you, you're going to continue to walk into doors that are open pathways that lead you to different rates of yourself, which will enhance and alter based off of your choice and your choosing, which actually gives you the quality of your experiences. If you're ready for something different and something new, be at a rate where you're choosing higher for yourself, because you're thinking higher for yourself. I'm not at a rate of experience that downgraded me. Nobody took anything from me. They never had access or privilege to do so. And as long as you don't give people the authority to believe that they have this right, you don't walk in the illusion that this is what's occurring. You get to be in the liberated space that you've gained and actually ascertain. And because of that, you have the opportunity to now move forward and be free and not bound to what it is that you've already been liberated from. You are not being punished. You have been liberated and you have been freed. Now, in order for you to be sovereign, you have to keep choosing what is for you. And in your choice, know that it's going to be magnified based off of what it is that you've allowed and you've accepted. So accept the truth, release the lie, don't continue to walk in the illusion. Allow yourself to show up for you at a different rate and start speaking to yourself differently, so your world, your reality, your experiences can magnify and alter based off of what it is that you're cultivating, even with your thoughts, especially with your words, and especially with how you're doing and how you're being. I love y'all. Be dope on purpose. Stars are blooming. They're waking up every day. Have yours woke up in you? And if it has, what are you doing to be able to actually allow it to go supernova, to allow it to actually expand and explore everything that is opening up to you at this time? I love y'all. Peace.